Hello Aries, this is your reading for March. I'm using my own tarot cards, my black and white duality tarot deck. And it looks to me as if during March there are several, or at least one big decisions that you have to make or want to make. I don't know if you have to make them, but there's something where you are trying to find some kind of creative solution. For some of you, it could be about a relationship, a romantic relationship. You might feel or see that something is not working properly, and you might think that if it goes on like that, it probably has no wider future perspective. That's just for a few of you. What I'm also seeing is that some of you, maybe this is what you think about your job. Maybe this is either draining you, or if it's not that heavy, then it's just something that doesn't bring you joy, something that is not acceptable for you for various reasons, and you might during month reflect upon that. If this is something sustainable that can stay in your life, whether it's a person or a situation. And I also feel like you might, in general, go through some, I know it sounds weird, but some necessary social conflicts. So for you, that you will realize you don't need those people. Like, there are some people around you who might be a little bit superficial, and it feels to me as if this is some kind of realization, or maybe you already had this realization but still got stuck a little bit in this situation with these people. It could just be colleagues. And I mean, you don't have to cut them out of your life. Maybe for some of you, you even can't immediately cut them out. But at least this inward withdrawal, it's something that I'm seeing. Like, maybe you had some colleagues at work that are very superficial and they gossip, and if that's not your thing, you still hung around with them during your breaks. I don't know, went to a cigarette break and started to listen to their gossip, but it actually doesn't feel good to you. So maybe this could just be a simple example that you will decide to not join their conversations anymore and rather stay, I don't know, in the kitchen and have your lunch or whatever. So there's something, it could be a smaller thing, it could be a much bigger thing, as I said, like a partnership that you are reflecting upon, or something else. Even a change of job or moving away from your neighborhood. Yet, this creativity card, this is what I was talking about earlier, that you are searching for some kind of creative solution, yet this card also represents something else, and it could be that during March you might just literally feel very creative, probably even artistic. Maybe some ideas will flow to you easily. Maybe you have even started several years ago, just an example, to write a book or something, and you just put it aside because you were stuck in some chapter, and after a year you suddenly pick it up and continue to work on it. Sometimes our creative projects, they just get stuck somewhere along the way, and then we are dealing with very uncreative things in life, in our private and professional lives sometimes, and then we don't have the sense for artistic things anymore. This could be for some of you as well with this, because I was talking about all these decisions, or this one big decision. By the way, I'm very distracted because it's so dark. It is bright outside when I look outside the window, but somehow the sun is in a certain spot where it doesn't flow through my window. How should I express this properly? Yeah, so that's, but I think you can still see everything. With this vacillation card, it is not only about having to make this decision or wanting to make this decision. I'm looking at the image and the way I drew the card, it's having to decide between fun 1, fun 2, fun 3, and so on. So, because what I first spoke of was a little bit uncomfortable. We often don't like making decisions, but in this case, there is a second message in these cards. So it's not only about this whole adulthood stuff and having to make decisions, having to take responsibility for something, having to reflect on things. There is just also something in this creativity card that will bring you fun during March, and that lightens up the whole reading. Then we have compassion, right path next to each other. And I feel like this is you searching for the right path, or even finding it during March, having, or at least having this idea where to move, how to proceed further. We have totality next to it, and I want to look at these 3 cards here together. Like you are searching for what is truly your heart's desire, what will fulfill you and bring also the highest fulfillment to the people around you. Because often we also aspire a job or, something else that just also where we can reach people, where we can touch people's life and change at least a tiny thing in the world. And it seems something that you might be very busy with during March. The last card is trauma, and it could be that you might just have a realization about some old trauma that was somehow either holding you back from something. I mean, we have 2 hearts here. Maybe you are pulling this heart that got stuck in a past situation back to where it belongs, become compassionate about something. So there could be a healing of some sort of trauma and a realization about something from the past that might have held you back, and you might be able to solve this during March. So next I'm gonna use my lifestyle tarot deck. If there's something medical coming up, then please don't take it too literally, because I'm not your doctor. So we have candle, a lot of signs, or oh my god, this darkness, I can't figure out how it's so bright outside, but here it looks like it's evening. So the candle could just help you during March to shift your mood. If you feel like, something is dark, light a candle. It gives warmth, it gives light. I also find it quite soothing in the evening, to not put on some artificial lights in the apartment or in the house. but rather to use some candles. I don't know. For me, it always has some kind of psychological effect. Then we have swim. So maybe swimming is something during March. In most countries in the world, it's winter still in March, yes. Here in Berlin, it's quite cold during March. So swimming outside would probably not be a good idea. But I mean, I don't know the English word. In German, it's Schwimmhalle. So it's kind of indoor swimming pool, probably in English. This public indoor swimming pool, maybe this is something that might help you during March. Then we have art. Oh my God, right below the creativity card. My God, this lightning is so annoying. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out if I put my light on, it will not help a lot. My kitchen light is, because actually the whole room is quite bright, but you can see the light here. There's some kind of shadow that, I think it's the window frame that it's blocking the sun from coming in. It looks so terrible, I'm sorry. And the last one, fever. So this might be something during March that some of you should be aware of. Treat yourself well, wear proper clothing, protect yourself. And next, I'm gonna use my sarcastic animal messages. And it's not only dark, it's also blurry all the time. Some days these technical things, they really drive me crazy. The Jaguar. I'm a loner, so maybe some of you during March you feel like withdrawing. Put on some candles. Go swimming. And also if you feel artistic during March, this is often also something that we are just doing by ourselves. Also it speaks of the situation described in the beginning for those of you where this is about a relationship, a romantic relationship. Maybe you feel like you want to withdraw from that person a little bit, get some distance, or from your gossiping colleagues. Then we have elephant. I'm social and empathetic, but I can stomp you to death. So this might just be you setting boundaries. Of course, these animals can also have a different meaning to you that I'm not aware of. Then we have love birds. I can't be alone. This is not your energy. This I'm a loner card is yours, and this is probably someone else's energy. It could be that someone here in this reading, whoever that is very dependent on you. And you might be annoyed by that as well. I want to withdraw from this person a little bit. So I'm not getting anything else. So I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching.